Hey, what's going on? Welcome to the Doug Show. I'm Doug Cunnington, and in this episode, we're going to talk to Jesse Lakes from GeniusLink. He's a longtime friend of mine and friend of the show, and he is going to talk to us about thinking about the supply chain issues that are sort of popping up here in late 2021 and what that might mean to us from, an affiliate marketing standpoint and what we need to do to make sure we're maximizing revenue and sort of stay ahead of any issues that pop up. So Jesse, how are you doing today?
Doing great. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for having me back. It's always a pleasure to talk shop with you and your audience.
It's been a while, and I'll let everyone know you've been on the show. I don't even know, like 4 or 5 times. So we'll link up and people can hear a little bit more about you personally, but just a quick intro. Who are you and what do you do over at GeniusLink?
Sure. So I'm the co-founder of GeniusLink. So anything from cheerleader to janitor. Also enjoy a lot of the strategic pieces and working on product vision. And yeah, GeniusLink is a link management platform. We do a lot with Amazon's ecosystem to make it better and help affiliate marketers earn more money.
And for the people that don't know what GeniusLink is, can you give your quick elevator pitch? And of course, people could check the link and learn a little bit more, but what does GeniusLink do?
Sure. GeniusLink helps affiliate marketers earn more revenue from their international audience. Think of it as a premium version of OneLink.
Okay, perfect. And we're just going to launch right into making sure we maximize our revenue and stay ahead of any sort of like out of stock issues. And I'm not going to get you to describe the global political environment here or anything like that, but
we don't have time for that.
Yeah, we'd love to get your thoughts, but it would change the tone of this whole interview. But the supply chain issues that I think, some people here in the US are already seeing sometimes at the grocery store, sometimes in other places. But can you just sort of generally describe what's going on and how it might impact people that earn money, not just from, Amazon affiliate revenue, but from other affiliate programs as well, because the supply chain is sort of all encompassing.
Exactly right. So supply chain is that web of things that make the product that you want to buy available for you to buy it. And it's like you said, it's important for all different sorts of businesses that deal with physical goods. And how that relates to us is just as you said, if your favorite cereal isn't on the shelf at the grocery store, not only does that suck, but it sucks because you can't buy it. And when you can't buy it, that sucks for lots of different aspects. Yes, your favorite cereal isn't there in the morning, but it also means the store sold less, and the person that delivered stuff didn't make as much as well. So there's all these kind of cascading effects that run into issues. But ultimately, because the store wasn't able to make a sale, is the corollary that goes back to you as the affiliate marketer. If you're promoting products that aren't in stock, it's really hard for you to get that conversion. If you don't get that conversion, you don't get that sale. And if you don't get that sale, you don't get that commission. So whatever issue in China with some boat can directly impact you by you not being able to earn those commissions. And it's a crazy web, a series of events to get there. But that's really kind of the issue that we've really started to see more and more, is that we have all these clients are doing all the right things, but unfortunately, Amazon or whatever retailer just are not upholding their side of the bargain. They don't have the products available for sale that they did weeks or months or years ago that have worked so well for these affiliate marketers before. So something that converted well and had an EPC of whatever it was before, that EPC and those conversion rates are dropping because those products aren't in stock. And there's not a lot that you can do about it kind of at a macro sense, but I think what we're going to get into here in a few is some of the strategic pieces that you can start to do specifically for your customers, your shoppers, the people on your sites, and something you can do with your links. But I'll wait for you to get us there.
Okay. And I want to ask, kind of on a personal level, is there a cereal that you're not able to get right now because you really honed in on not being able to get that cereal?
I missed lunch, and I can only think of this cereal that my wife found the other day. You had oatmeal cream pies growing up, I'm sure, right?
Oh,
Little
yeah.
Debbie, oatmeal cream pies. My wife found oatmeal cream pie cereal. And so we've only had one box of it so far, but that was one of the tastiest boxes of cereal I've had in a long time. I'm not a big fan of sugar cereals. I'm normally a granola type of guy. But that oatmeal cream pie cereal was pretty amazing. So anyway, sorry for the.
Was it like little, like the actual little, like cream filled and everything?
No, it wasn't cream filled. It was like oversized Cheerios, but they were kind of like coated in like the cream sauce. So you let them sit in your bowl just long enough, your milk tastes like the cream, and then they had like kind of that oatmeal cookie
Yeah.
tasty. Oh, it's yeah.
That
But
sounds
if I
really
can find
good.
more of it, it's going to be the Christmas present I send to everyone.
All
They're
right.
that good.
I'll get you my address, and even if it's after Christmas, feel free to send it over.
Okay.
Okay, so back on track, I will just mention people can go and Google or go to YouTube and look up some of the supply chain issues. And it's not just like the products at Amazon are not in stock. It's like people that are building products. Let's say I am a small electronics manufacturer. I can't get my materials in and I can't get my parts. And then I'm waiting for those, even if they are actually like in a freight container sitting off the coast somewhere. They're not even being unloaded to get to a truck, and the trucks are not available to be shipped, and then warehouses are unable to unload them. So like every step of the way there's an issue. And like I said, it does get into geopolitical other things, so you can Google and then read whatever you want to read and learn about it in whatever way you want, but it's a cascading issue that
Hmm.
will probably be felt for, a while because of each step of the way. There's some problem. And
Unfortunately, the vaccine's not going to fix this problem.
right. Yeah.
It's a problem. It sounds like it's been years in the making, and it'll probably be years to kind of clean it up, and hopefully, yeah, things get better. But that abundance on the shelves that we were so relying on for so long is kind of a surprise it's something we shouldn't have taken for granted.
So we will see this impacting us as affiliate site owners or people that have like YouTube channels and stuff like that. So how will this manifest itself? And you kind of mentioned it before, but specifically, we have websites. Like you said, maybe we've been doing well with a specific product or product line. People now click over, and what happens?
Yeah, it's again, as affiliate marketers, we earn commissions when a sale happens, right? A CPA, cost per action. That sale happens, we earn a commission back on it. That sale has to happen, and these stores aren't going to sell you something unless they can. There's obviously some exceptions, some screw ups, but for the most part, if something's out of stock, they can't sell it. You can't earn a commission. You don't earn the revenue that you get. Your monthly paycheck is smaller. So you see it specifically because your conversion rates drop. Your clicks may stay the same, but your conversion rates are going to drop. Your conversion rates and your commissions are going to drop, and it just kind of again compounds to that check likely being smaller. And again, it's last year at this time was probably a very different story. And we're ramping into the holidays where typically things are ramping up. Our conversion rates are getting better because everyone's doing their Christmas shopping, holiday shopping. Our commission checks are getting bigger because of all those extra sales that are happening. And we're kind of in this weird spot that it seems that some companies aren't doing the same level of Black Friday sales. So they started their Black Friday even earlier, or they have such limited inventory, they're not going to discount it because they have no need to. They're going to sell out of it regardless. So all those things, again, kind of compound into a really interesting situation where shoppers are acting weird. But even when you do convince a shopper this is the product they need to buy today, if it's not in stock, you can't earn commissions.
Okay, so what can we do?
Besides fix the global supply chain, no, we can't do that. If you can, please do. You'll make a lot of people happy. One of the things that we found is we kind of found it by accident, and the story goes is that last year for the GeniusLink team, we bought the Oculus Quest VR headsets for everyone. We'd all been apart for quite some time. We found a couple of really fun games to play together, so the goal was to buy everyone a headset. And of course, we decided on this, like the week before Christmas, and it was a pretty popular item last year. So we work a lot in Amazon's ecosystems. We were all Amazon Prime members, so let's go to Prime or to Amazon to buy it. Wasn't in stock. Okay, well, there's a Target not too far away. Let's go there because we can buy it online and just pick up. Wasn't in stock there. Turns out it was at Best Buy. I haven't been a fan of Best Buy for quite some time. I don't know, maybe it's the color of blue, but turns out it was there. So normally where I would not buy at Best Buy, I did buy at Best Buy. So that was kind of the lesson of my loyalty to certain brands disappeared. It was more important to have the product than it was to kind of take that loyalty that had been slowly kind of built out. Prime does a good job of it, having a shop locally that, you buy and curbside pickup, but it came down to a store that just had it in stock. So the lesson that we kind of learned there, got amplified a bit more with some of the testing we've been doing over a while. And it comes back to this whole concept of multi-retailer. You may have a preference, and my preference may be different than your preference. And that's all important. And when we can honor those preferences, we supply chain aside, we typically do better from conversion rates. But now that we're starting to see that some retailers don't have it in stock, there seems to be some real benefit of giving your readers some options on where that product may actually be in stock. Just because it's out of stock at Amazon doesn't mean it's out of stock at Target or Best Buy, right? They manage their inventory differently. They have different schedules, different agreements, et cetera. So it seems, again, we see some efforts in increasing your conversion rates from just giving people choices to begin with, but also seems to be solving some, not all, but some of those supply chain issues as well. So you have a link for an Oculus Quest. Don't just send me to Amazon because it's out of stock. Send me to all three. And all of a sudden, Best Buy is going to be blowing up their clicks and conversions for you because they actually had it in stock. They can actually convert on that sale for that intent that you generated. They can fix it. They can sell it. You'll get a commission. And better to get a small percentage, even though I'm ragging on Best Buy here a lot. Maybe it's the blue, maybe it's their affiliate program, only paying out 0.5% for electronics. But still, it's better to get 0.5% of a sale than 0% or 4% of no sale, which is $0, of course.
Okay, got it. And to be specific, there's probably a couple ways to implement this. So it would, we can maybe visualize what some of the bigger affiliate sites do, maybe like the Wirecutter, for example, and they would have a link to Amazon. Maybe they have a link to some other retailers where they know the product is available or they have an agreement. So that's one way to do it. And I'm sure, we always accidentally turn this into a commercial for GeniusLink, but GeniusLink has a solution for that, right?
Yeah, we've been experimenting with this thing called a choice page, right? And the idea is that you as a affiliate marketer, the right products to promote, and the choice page really kind of helps you with that last mile of here's the product, a landing page, 2 or 3 or as many buy buttons as you want of retailers that you trust or affiliate programs that you like to leverage. So each of those little buy buttons there, of course, it has some FTC compliance, Amazon compliance pieces as well. But the idea is that you recommend the product, we'll help take that recommendation and turn it into affiliate commission by providing the different retailers that supply that product.
And you have some data based on the choice pages that show that when people have a choice and they click and maybe they go check all of the retailers, the conversion rate is higher, right? I don't know if you know that off the top of your head or something close. Yeah,
so there's a couple different ways to structure this, right? So one of the ways that traditionally has worked well is, find the best price below. Here's 3 or 4 buttons, find the best price below. That encourages people to kind of do this due diligence piece, right? And maybe it's due diligence for the lowest price, maybe it's due diligence for actually having it in stock. But every time you click on one of those affiliate links, you're having them set a cookie in their browser. And that's really kind of the name of the game. The more browser, affiliate cookies that can be set in that browser, the more likely that you're actually going to have a chance to convert. So maybe, you're looking today for that Oculus Quest at Target and you don't actually buy it, but because Target's, cookie window is 3 days, I'm making this up, I don't remember what it is off the top of my head, but you go back and buy something from Target at day 2, turns out you're still getting a commission for that. So again, setting those cookie windows can be very advantageous. Also, encouraging people to kind of do their research helps them build momentum to actually buy it once they find it. They're more comfortable with that purchase. So back to your question, when we tested choice pages from social media, so we work with a lot of YouTubers, we found across 10 different YouTubers, we ran, I think it was close to 100 links for many tens of thousands of clicks, that the conversion rate was actually about 2.4 times higher versus an Amazon link. So we did an A/B split test. So 50% of the traffic would go directly to Amazon. The other 50% would go to a choice page. That choice page, converted over 2 times better. Converted and the earnings per click. So it was like 2.4 and 2.37 or something were the conversion rate in the EPC. So significantly better to send people to that multi-retailer piece. On websites, our testing has been a little bit more limited. With Kit, which is a website that we run that promotes gear or has influencers share the gear they've got and helps them promote it. We've been experimenting with choice pages there as well. We see that the lift is it's not we're not doubling, but we are seeing about a 40% lift in commission rates and conversion rates as well. And that's a couple of the other case studies we've done as well are kind of in that 40, 30 to 40, sometimes even 50% range as well. So choice pages seem to do a little bit better on social media, probably because how they're packaged. But we do see that multi-retailer piece works quite well still on websites as well. Okay.
Well, and I was going to say 2.5 times greater is such a huge amount. So I would expect, probably on a website, sending someone to a choice page would, you have very targeted traffic, but it's different kind of traffic than would come from someone who actually left a YouTube video to go look at a product. Like that's a specific person. They're really interested in getting the product.
Yeah.
So, okay. So in general, giving people choices and letting them research on their own kind of, it converts better, basically. So how much, we don't know.
From what we've seen, and there are some caveats there as well. Take this all with a grain of salt, right? A choice page may not work well for you. Typically, the people that we've worked with on choice pages are typically for higher priced items. If you're promoting toothpaste, a choice page may not make sense for you as far as that conversion lift. With the global supply chain, constraints that we're talking about, that may change. It may be that toothpaste, like cereal, is getting harder to find. But typically that higher price item where people in general would spend a little bit more time doing some research before they actually, spend $1,000 on a camera lens or, $800 on a tripod or whatever it may be. That's where it really worked well. Again, I don't have data specifically for lower priced items. If there's someone in the audience who would love to run a test, I'm happy to explore that with them.
Okay, and just a quick summary. So one could do this with choice pages if they are a GeniusLink user, but you can do this on your own. So you don't have to use the choice page. You could just create the buttons on your own and or links or however you want to send people to using your affiliate tracking link, and you're good to go. So however you want to test it out and try it, giving people a choice is probably going to work out pretty well.
Exactly. That's from what we've seen. Again, we're still learning. We've been into this for 3+ years, but we're still learning every day. So take it with a grain of salt. But from our testing, it's been pretty positive. Again, would love to hear more stories of people succeeding or not. You have to invent a light bulb 1,000 times the wrong way, I guess, before you get it the right way. And someone like Benjamin Franklin said that.
Yeah. Edison, right? He was a light bulb.
Yeah, there we go. Thank you. Wow. You were just going to edit that part out, right?
Yeah. No, we're definitely leaving anything that makes me sound smart. We'll leave that.
You went on that one.
All right. So the other thing that GeniusLink can do, and there's other tools that do this as well, but very hard to manage on your own, is out of stock items. So that's something that you kind of can stay ahead of. But one sort of flaw with, getting a report and then changing the links or whatever is those products could get back in stock. Again, with the supply chain fluctuation, you may not want to write off a product, but can you kind of describe the way that GeniusLink works for the out of stock items?
Sure. So there's two different aspects of this, right? So we have a link health report. So again, just like sending all your traffic to a product that's for a link that's broken, the same is true for out of stock. You're wasting that effort to try to recommend and promote a product that's not available for sale. It's a dead-end buying experience. So we have a alerting system inside the dashboard. We'll give you a report of what products ranked by the number of clicks, again, the popularity, telling you what's not working. Again, you're absolutely right that things can go in and out of stock, and the system, the list self heals. So if it's been out of stock for, I think it's 24 or 36 hours, it'll check, keep checking. And then if it comes back into stock, it'll drop down. So the ones that get to the top of the list have typically been there a bit longer, and those are the ones that are the most important. So that's one side of it. The second side of it is when we do our link translation, we check that the inventory level when we send to that other item. So we by default will not send to a product that's out of stock when we're doing that localization. You'll get a click from the UK. We don't want to send to a UK, the Amazon UK store for products out of stock. We will, search for the same product that is in stock under a different ASIN, or we'll drop you to a search so you can find the corollary as well. So, at the end of the day, there's no point not being able to buy. We want you to be able to buy. That's the most important thing for those consumers, because if they can't buy, you can't earn commissions.
Cool. Okay. So I think we've covered sort of the broad areas. Is there some nuance that I missed and didn't ask you about with this, Jesse, or some other, strategies that people can use to sort of stay on top of it and not, lose revenue because things are either out of stock or anything related to it?
I think, and this goes back to some of the general principles, just being transparent about what's going on, noting that, you've noticed that things are coming in and out of stock, and that maybe they should leave you their email so that you can build up that, so you can let them know when you see it come back into stock, right? Building that email list is one of the most valuable things that a website owner can do, or a social media influencer creator can do. So just being honest with people and letting them know, encouraging them, you last time you checked, it was in stock in these 4 stores, be sure to check your inventory levels, et cetera, and just encouraging them to move forward and click those links. Of course, you have to be careful. You can't tell them to click an affiliate link, at least according to Amazon, but encouraging them to check for inventory levels, or the check price is another common call to action as well. So just be transparent, add value to that buyer journey, and you'll be rewarded for it is typically the best way to go about it. But there's a million different nuances, and hopefully you find them and find solutions to them sooner than later.
I'm going to ask one more question around sort of the choice page and putting different affiliate programs on the same page as Amazon. So I know you can't answer officially. People need to talk to their own lawyers that they have on retainer, which none of us do. But can you give us some, say, general advice, which is not legal advice, around having, multiple affiliate programs on the same page as an Amazon affiliate link?
Sure. So I think it's in the Amazon operating agreement policies page, rule X or Y or Z. It's kind of towards the list of the policies page. It has some really vague and hard to understand language talking about exactly this. So from our research and from our conversations, it is okay to use Amazon's assets as long as the Amazon button is closest, is most prominent, etc. So you'll see this again, Wirecutter, Digital Trends, CNET, some the top performers in kind of the affiliate space, the big names at least in the affiliate space. You'll very often see different bits of information about the product, and Amazon almost always goes first, and it's typically to make them in compliance with that rule X or rule Z, whatever that rule is about the assets included. So I have never heard of anyone being kicked out of the affiliate program for violating that rule, because it's really easy just to make sure it's there. I think it's one of those rules that are probably there to cover their butt, but is not the top of the list for their compliance piece. So if you're going to use Amazon's assets, give them the benefit of the doubt and put Amazon's button first. When I was at the global program manager for the iTunes affiliate program a decade ago, that was how our rules specifically read. If you're going to use the iTunes assets for song snippets or album covers, you have to have an affiliate link there. You can't just use the assets to make a background soundtrack for your app, which someone did and got in trouble for.
Okay. And I know people were probably thinking about that. There's a lot of different opinions out there. So again, consult your lawyer. Jesse and I are not lawyers, and you'll have to make sort of your own decision based on the information that we talked about today and whatever research you can do out there. This is awesome, Jesse. You can follow the link in the description and show notes, because there's a blog post associated with this topic over at GeniusLink. And Jesse, thanks a lot. Really appreciate it. Where can people find you?
Absolutely. I'm on. I'm in many places. LinkedIn is probably the place I respond to quickest. I think it's just /Jesse Lakes, and on Twitter, I believe it's just J Lakes. But yeah, at GeniusLink as well. I keep a pretty close eye there. So yeah, if I can help in any way, make your holidays successful, please let me know.
All right. And thanks for the tip on the cereal too. That sounds delicious.
Absolutely.
All right. Talk to you later, man.
Cheers.